When it comes to politics, misinformation is everywhere, and that's why the Verify team is here to find the truth. Today, we're talking about this moment, which has been making headlines since Tuesday. Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, tearing up the State of the Union speech. That prompted our president to say this Friday afternoon.
It's an official document. You're not allowed. It's illegal what you did.
And it's not just Trump. Online, you'll find dozens of posts like this, claiming that Pelosi committed a felony. Dan B. from Hagerstown, Maryland, reached out to our team to ask too, wondering if Pelosi's copy was truly an official document. So let's verify. Did Nancy Pelosi really break the law by ripping up that speech? Here are sources for this one. Victoria Norris from Georgetown Law and Gerald Treese from South Texas College of Law in Houston. They both agree. Pelosi did not violate the U.S. Code. First off, Norris says that the speaker was given a copy of the speech, saying the president's copy will be the official presidential record that's going to be heading to the National Archives. And Treese said we should think of this like the Bill of Rights. It would obviously be illegal to damage the original, but copies of the document can be shredded no problem. And the National Archives confirmed they will receive the president's copy to place in their permanent record. So we can verify. Our experts say false. Pelosi did not commit a crime by ripping up that speech. Do you have something that you want verified? Send us your questions at verify@wsa9.com.